You see this right here? The old gold and blue? The shirt that says Mountaineer mentality. That's the kind of student athletes I want and that we need at West Virginia University. Is that what we have right now? Let's talk about it. What is up, college sports fans, fellow members of Mountaineer Nation? This is Couz, and welcome to another edition of Couz's Corner. So come on in, sit back, relax, and let me serve you a shot of top shelf college sports content. Warning, this is strictly a West Virginia fan video. There's going to be no impartiality here. I'm speaking to Mountaineer student athletes, airing my frustrations. So here we go. When I first planned to do this video, I was going to air my frustrations about the cryptic tweets that transfers keep putting out when they leave, and I'm still going to touch on that. First of all, they won't tell us why they leave, but they'll get on Twitter and make these cryptic tweets and try to make us read their mind. Like, for example, Nick Troy Fortune announced his transfer from the football program a few days ago. Former player and another transfer, Parker Moore, who now plays at East Carolina, retweeted it and said free over top of it. What the heck does that mean? Free from what? We've had other players put stuff like the grass is greener, all kinds of different things. But none of them have the guts to come out and say what's actually on their mind and what's wrong. If you ain't got the guts to tell Mountaineer Nation why you left, then leave that crap off of Twitter, okay? Then we get the news about Jalen Bridges and Isaiah Cottrell leaving the basketball program. Jalen Bridges comes on and says, happiness is more important, or happiness is greater than NIL money. That's great. But why are you unhappy? Can you not tell us that? If not, stay off Twitter. And then Isaiah Cottrell puts out an even more cryptic tweet that says, y'all don't even understand. And I'm paraphrasing. What do we not understand, Isaiah? I don't understand what it's like to be a Power 5 college athlete. I don't, because I've never been there. But you know what you don't understand? You don't understand what it's like to be in the shoes of some of our fans. Some of our fans who crawl around in a dusty, dirty coal mine underground every day to feed their families. But live and breathe West Virginia sports. You cut their veins open, they bleed gold and blue. You know what they've got? They've got the Mountaineer mentality. They've got blue-collar work ethic, loyalty, respect. Just, they will work for what they get. They don't want anything handed to them. There's no entitlements. No entitlements with the Mountaineer mentality. You work for everything you've got, and you do it with pride. Apparently, you don't have that anymore, Isaiah. And not just you, but any of these other student athletes out here. But Isaiah's tweet said, they don't understand. Okay, maybe I don't. Then tell me. What do you need me to understand? Well, kudos to him. He actually did. Saul, I know you can kill me now if you want to. You can kill me later. But I saw an article on the Voice of Morgantown, believe it or not, an actual good one, that stated apparently Isaiah Cottrell got on Instagram and was actually communicating back and forth with some fans on Instagram and told them why he left. And he said, basically, to summarize, it was playing time and the fact he was playing out of position. First of all, kudos to Isaiah for being honest and doing that. I wish all the players would do that. I really do. I feel like Mountaineer Nation deserves that. I know some of us have been buttheads and called y'all names and stuff, but most of us don't do that stuff. Most of us love you, we watch you, we support you. We're there filling that Coliseum up with 11 to 12,000 people when you're playing like garbage, to be quite honest, because we love watching you play. That's the majority of the fan base. Those are the people that you play for, not the ones who call you names. But kudos to him for being honest. I applaud him for that, and it makes me respect him. But what I have a problem with, and this is not just him, I'm not singling him out here, but the student athletes of today, they think that because they don't get enough playing time, and Isaiah Cottrell started, by the way, and played a lot. And quite frankly, He probably played more than he should have because there was a lot of games he was stinking it up, and guys behind him like Gabe Osabuoyan was over there sitting on the bench. And I'm not trying to throw shade at anybody. I trust Huggins to do what's right. He had a reason for that. But quite frankly, he probably played more than he should have. And he admitted that he didn't play great this season. He admitted that. Was open about that. But what happened to working hard and earning your spot, man? You want more playing time? Go earn it. Go to the gym and get better. Work on your game, man. Work on your shooting. Work on your playing. And he was talking about how he had never played with his back to the basket. Maybe it's time you learn how. Practice. Work on your back to the basket game. It'll make you a better overall player, better all around player. And I mean, what would Javon Carter have done? Would Javon Carter have complained and whined and transferred out? I don't think he would have. I think he'd have worked his butt off because he had this. He's got the treadmill mentality, the Mountaineer mentality. He earned his spot. As far as playing out of position, whatever happened to playing where your coach and your team needs you to win games? Whatever happened to that? I'm sure Coach Huggins knew he was playing you out of position. He's coached for 40 years, for crying out loud. He knows you're a better 4 than you are a 5. But he needed you to play the 5 because that's what the roster dictated. So do it and don't complain. You know why? Because that's what Mountaineers do. They do what they need to do for their team, their state, their coworkers, whatever it is, and they do it to the best of their ability. I'm sure Hugs would have moved you back to a 4 once he got a big in there that he could put in the 5. And move Jalen back to a 3. You still had 2 or 3 years to play here. But instead, these players feel entitled, and they got to get instant gratification because of the social media culture we live in now. They got to be instant gratification right today. You got to be satisfied today. Why not wait it out a year or two? Keep working, keep getting better, and then get your position back. Get your playing time back. I just don't get it, man. I can't wrap my mind. I just was not raised with that kind of mentality, and I can't wrap my head around it. I'll never understand this entitlement mentality that these young student athletes have, that they've got to be happy or else. Fight through some adversity, man. Sports is one of the best things about sports is it teaches adversity. These guys don't want to deal with adversity. They want to quit and go somewhere where it'll be easier. I got news for you, folks. It's not going to get easier. And when you get out of college and start working every day, guess what? It's going to get even harder. It's going to get even harder. So if you don't learn how to deal with adversity now, you're going to learn it eventually, and you're going to learn it the hard way. But I want student athletes who, when you cut their veins open, they've got blue and gold blood oozing out. They've got this Mountaineer mentality every single day of their life. They live it. They breathe it. And they take it out on that basketball court with them. I want people like Gabe Osabuoyan, like Javon Carter, like Polly Polycap even. Polly Polycap loved West Virginia. DeMond Kerrigan put on there who used to have been at West Virginia longer. Those are the kind of guys we need on this basketball team. I hope Huggins goes and finds some. Hope he fills the roster with guys like that. Even if they're not as talented. If they've got that blue-collar, hardcore Mountaineer mentality work ethic, they will win basketball games. I guarantee it because he's done it in the past. Those are the kind of guys we need at West Virginia. Those are the kinds of guys that will fix this program. And those are the kinds of guys that our fan base will gravitate to and embrace and love with everything in us because they represent who we are. We're Mountaineers. Now, cue Country Roads.